Hi. So a memorable day, a historic day for the sport of chess in India, especially women's chess. Because for the first time, two Indian girls have qualified for the final of the World Cup that is being held at Batumi in Georgia. And what a fabulous and what a monumental feat it is, because when Divya Deshmukh reached the final couple of days back, it was the first time an Indian girl has reached the final of the World Cup. But then Indians were not going to stop there, because this bunch of Indian chess players are superb and they are awesome. So again, after 24 hours, Koneru Humpy joined her by winning the tie-break round against her Chinese opponent to become the second Indian to reach, and ensure that now the final would be an all-Indian affair, and for the first time an Indian World Cup winner will be announced or will be crowned at Batumi. And what a monumental, what a fantastic feat it is going to be. Kudos to both the girls. And what makes it so sweet and so memorable is that both the girls beat formidable Chinese opponents who were higher seeded than them. Whereas Divya won against Tan Zhongwei to reach the final by winning the normal round of 2 games on the 2 days, whereas Koneru Humpy had to dig deep because her normal rounds ended in stalemate with 1 point each. Even the 15-minute round on the tie-break ended in stalemate. And finally, when the 10-minute round started, Koneru Humpy in fact lost the first match and then first contest, and then she was trailing, and then the next game that came, the demand game, became a must-win game for her. And she showed great composure and calmness and mental toughness, not only win to stay in the contest, but also went on to win the last 2, that is the Bliss round games, to win the contest 5-3 against Lei Tingye, and then win through to the final. So now Divya and Koneru will contest for the final, and whoever wins will become a World Cup winner. But for us Indians, proud Indians and great fans of both the players, now it doesn't matter. Whoever wins will be a deserving winner, but the biggest winner would be Indian chess and Indian sport, and we should be really elated and delighted for that. And if you think it has been a fluke or it has been a one-off case of great achievement, you are mistaken. The last 2 years have been fabulous for Indian sport of chess, and Indian chess players have made India proud on numerous occasions, and this has just been an icing on the cake. It all started when last year at the Chess Olympiad in Hungary at Budapest, India swept the gold medals. They won both men's and women's section of the contest to win for the first time 2 gold medals and sweep the Chess Olympiad. Then it was followed by Gukesh winning the World Championship of chess, that is the World Crown, and then it was followed by Koneru Humpy also, who won the Rapid World Chess Championship. And then we have this achievement. Before that, it was Gukesh who beat arguably the greatest chess player to have ever played the game of chess, that is Magnus Carlsen, twice in quick succession. And the first time it was at Norway, in the Norway Open, which is actually the backyard or the home of Magnus Carlsen, and he beat him there, and again shortly later he beat him at Zagreb in the Croatian Chess Championship. So 2 back-to-back wins for Gukesh. And then Pragyananda showed that we don't have just one great player in Gukesh, we also have the depth to challenge or to win against the best. When Pragyananda beat Magnus Carlsen twice in 3 days' time at Las Vegas, he really made the world notice not only one player or like Gukesh or himself, but to notice Indian chess as a huge superpower and India as a superpower of chess. And that signal was given. And this time, yesterday, when Koneru Humpy joined Divya to reach the final of the World Cup, now there is no doubt in the world that India is going to be a superpower for the future. And if you want to know the significance of this win, just remember that both the players, by reaching the final and finishing in the top 3, have already ensured qualification for the candidates round, where they will be playing with a few other elite chess players to earn the right to challenge Zhu Wenjun, the current world champion in women's section, who has been there for last 7 years, the world champion, in fact the last 8 years. So whoever wins that candidates round will get the right to contest against Zhu Wenjun for that coveted crown, the ultimate crown, that is the world championship. And that would be a great feat if either of the 2 players goes on to win the candidates round and reach the final of the World Chess Championship. That would be a superb achievement, and looking at both the players and the way they have been performing, one shouldn't be surprised if either of them manages to do so. And also, if you want to know the significance of their wins, because they won against formidable Chinese opponents, Divya became the first one to reach the World Cup final from India by beating Tan Zhonghui, and then 24 hours later, Koneru Humpy joined her by beating a formidable opponent, Lei Tingwei. And if you want to know the significance, the fact is both were very formidable Chinese opponents, and they are much higher seeded players. And also, let's not forget that since 1991, China have been the dominant superpower. Nobody has come close to them. In the last 34 years, China has given to the world 6 different world champions in women. And also in the last 34 years, there have been only 9 years where China didn't have a world champion in the women's section. That means for 25 years, they have been dominating at the pinnacle of the World Chess Championship at the women's section. So to beat 2 great players from their country to reach the World Cup final clearly shows maybe the balance of power is shifting towards India. Maybe India is going to be a superpower both in men's and women's section. And just imagine a scenario where Gukesh would be the men's world champion, and if either of these 2 girls, either Koneru, Humpy or Divya, can win the women's championship by beating Zhu Wenjun by reaching the final, it would be a monumental achievement, and it would be a glorious achievement for India. But anyway, whatever the girls and the boys have achieved in chess so far in the last 1 year have been phenomenal, and whatever the 2 girls, Divya and Koneru, have achieved in the last week have been fantastic. So kudos to them, congratulations to them. They have made India and us proud. So it doesn't matter whoever goes on to win the final, they have already made India proud. So all the best to them for the final.